We need to talk about Zbcn because this thing just recently broke through that nasty resistance area and is chilling above it. So is this the start of a very vicious run that's going to 10x, maybe even more, and making a lot of investors super rich? That's what we need to talk about in today's video. But remember, nothing here is financial advice. I can always be wrong, so make sure you guys do your own research. Now, before I get into the video, for anyone that's looking for a great crypto exchange, make sure you check out my link to BTCC. You get 10% bonus on first-time deposits, extra bonuses up to $10,000. No VPN, no KYC. If you're someone that trades using leverage, you get to use up to 500x leverage. The link is going to be in my description down below for anyone that is interested in that. But let's kick things off by taking a look here at the crypto bubbles and see how we're looking on the day. So pretty much every single coin in the market is green right now. The market is looking absolutely fantastic. Bitcoin is actually sitting at like all-time highs. I think the last time I checked it was somewhere around $109,000. So it's just absolutely beautiful. The only thing is, when you take a look at some of the top players in the crypto space, they're not really taking off that much. You see a 4% on Bitcoin, which is up, but for a market cap that's over 2 trillion, that's massive. That's a massive move. You see 4% on Ethereum. You see XRP up 3.5%, BNB 4%, 5%. So if you hold anything in the top 10 on CoinMarketCap, you're not really making that much money. Matter of fact, I have to keep scrolling down until you see something that's over 10%, and that is a meme coin, Pepe. It's up 12%. Continue to scroll down. You're not really seeing much movements in the market for a lot of the top 50 coins on CoinMarketCap. You see Fetch, which is up 14%. But Zbcn is up actually a lot more than all these coins in the top 50 here on CoinMarketCap, and I do think that it's getting ready to go on a pretty sizable run. I want to go over a few things before I actually pull up the charts. So first off, let's go over to X here and go through a few things. So this person posted 3 hours ago. Who else is watching the Zbcn chart like me? I'm waiting to see if it will go past 0.003, right? And at that point, it was sitting at 0.0020, and it's actually up higher than that. And then they also posted this, Zeic and Ripple in talks for a potential product. We'll see about that. And then this right here, Zbcn is 12% away from all-time highs. And if you continue to scroll, you see something kind of interesting, actually. Let me find this for you. This one down here. So Uphold, head of research, bold claim. Zeic is like XRP without the lawsuit. Now, I listened to this, and they were talking about how XRP would have been a lot further, but because of the lawsuit, they were held back. And now we got a product like Zbcn, which isn't being held back by anything. So it's doing all the right moves. It's making all the right partnerships. Nothing is holding it down. The community is actually here right now for Zbcn, and it's only building every single day, and we can see it in the price action, right? So Zbcn, again, is like XRP without the lawsuit, basically, like what they said in the spaces, if you guys actually listen to that. So this is very interesting times, and what's even more interesting is the fact that we are still early, because if you take a look at the market cap, which I'm going to pull up in just a second, it's still early. That's what's very, very funny about this. Like, I absolutely love it. Now, if we go over to CoinMarketCap over here, we can see that the price is currently sitting at 0.002278. It's actually up a little bit more than that, I believe, when I pull up TradingView in just a second, but it's up over 14% on the day. The market cap is 180 million. 180 million. So that is still super small, super small. You check out the volume in the last 24 hours, this thing is up almost 42%. Absolutely incredible. And this person here to the right says Zbcn finally reaching towards most weighted target. Are you printing? Yeah, it's about to happen. It looks like 4 hours ago. Let's pump this giant, guys. Build up your bags. Get ready for imminent takeoff. Absolutely. And what's remarkable is you check out the exchanges that it's on. It's on some pretty big exchanges, but it's still missing Binance and it's still missing Coinbase. And the traction that this thing has been gaining, it's only a matter of time before it gets a potential Binance and or Coinbase listing, and then we just take off. So I hope for anyone that's been following my Zbcn videos, hopefully you got into this thing around the same price as us, around like a $75 million market cap. Even still, even if you missed the boat, it's only sitting at 180 million. The only problem is right now it's sitting at the top of the charts because as we can see here, yeah, it has broken through those resistance area, which I have talked about many times. So I already have them circled in around here, 0.0021. And yeah, that area has been a nasty resistance for quite some time. We go all the way back out to May 29th of 2024. All right, even further back a little bit, May 7th, 2024. But the next target right now that we need to reach is 0.0037, and then after that I think it's going to get very, very interesting here, guys. Very interesting. In my video yesterday I spoke about how we were in this inverse head and shoulder pattern. I drew it in for you guys yesterday, this inverse head and shoulder pattern right there. And let's see if that pattern fully plays out. Let's see what the next target for Zbcn is, or are we already there? Nope, we still have ways to run. So I do believe we're headed right now anyways up to 0.0025. That's where I think we're about to head. We're going to see how this thing actually plays out. As long as Bitcoin holds where it's holding right now and doesn't break below $100,000, but I don't see that happening. Definitely not within the next 24 hours or anything. Let's take a look at this indicator. So yesterday I actually showed you guys this. Was it yesterday? No. Yeah, yesterday I showed you guys this bullish momentum that was fired again on Zbcn. And this was fired on May 19th. The one prior to that, which I also showed you guys, if you guys have been watching my Zbcn videos, the last bullish momentum prior to that was here on April 28th. And then we saw this thing take off. May 19th, another bullish momentum, and then we broke through that nasty resistance area. So things are looking very strong and very healthy for this thing. And I strongly believe this is just the beginning for this project. What I want to know is, how bullish are you guys on Zbcn? Do you think that we're going to break through the all-time highs? Let's check out the all-time highs here, because when it first came onto the scene, this thing was at, I think it might have been 0.003. Let's check this out. So the all-time highs here, 0.0034. So do you think we're about to break 0.0034 and just go on a absolute parabolic rally? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. But to me, things are looking absolutely fantastic here. You know, the name of the game is to get into these projects super early before everyone already catches on, because if you find that every single person on YouTube is talking about a specific coin, then at that point you need to realize that it's just way too late. The rally has already happened and you need to look for another opportunity. What we're experiencing with Zeic right now is the beginning of a potential super rally that could actually end up happening. And then at that point, everyone is going to be talking about it. And then at that point, I'm going to say it's too late to get into this thing. But as of right now, things are looking very good here. Not a lot of people are fully aware of this thing yet, but it's only a matter of time. But that's all I have for you guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Check out a few of the links that I have down below. And until next time, take care.